Hello, darlings. How's it going? It's Gwen. I'm here to do a video and just talk to you guys for a little bit. Um, just about what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, energies that are at play, what my guides are saying. I offered my services today on Facebook. I didn't come on here. Um, I tend to do a lot more typing than talking lately, and a lot of observation and silence when I can, um, so that I can become the observer of my thoughts, because I know what I practice and what I preach. Well, not necessarily practice all the time, but what I preach is about that our thoughts are actions, and they create our reality. But when we're doing shadow work, when we're healing, when we're reviewing our own cycles, patterns, I think it's necessary to be more quiet, um, and more selective with the words that we use and what we talk about, because we tend to, like, when we're going through a bad time, as an observer, I see most people talk about it a lot. Think about it, just if you put it in the matrix sense, and like you go somewhere and you have a bad experience at a restaurant, and then you have a real good experience at a restaurant the next time, that same restaurant. Well, for the most part, people in the matrix talk about that bad experience. They're going to tell way more people than they would tell about the good experience. That's my reality, anyways, and what I've witnessed over the years. So just a little analogy there. We need to pour more gratitude and love into every now moment, even when it's hard to do so. Where there's something that we can be grateful for. It's big lessons from my guides. With so many planets in retrograde and this emotional full moon in Pisces was an emotional one. I'm a Scorpio moon and a Pisces rising. I got a lot of water in my chart, and I just feel like we really released a lot with this full moon, and we're doing it in different ways. Like, it may not be your typical way of, oh, I'm releasing, I did this ceremony, I did that, I wrote out what I want to release and burned it up. I didn't do any of that. Mine was literally a physical body purging. And I'm reaching out to my trusted soul tribe, and seeing what they're experiencing as well. And everybody's a little bit different because everybody's on a different spiritual path, their own timing of how things happen. And so yeah, it was a bit of my ego. It's been my ego a little bit lately. It's just like, okay, I'm so ready to grow. I'm ready. I'm ready. Give it to me, guys. I'm ready. Let's do it. Yeah, they're giving it to me in other ways. Yeah, there's that sarcastic ass in me. I tell you, I love that part of me. That just has bit their tongue for so long in life that y'all don't hear a lot of sarcasm that comes out of me. Sarcasm, too, I find is my own block. Yeah. Just how I talk about myself or to myself. And it's very sarcastic in nature, and even the universe, your guides, whatever, like, sometimes that's taken literally. Sometimes they give you a dose of your own, like, medicine. I know I'm rambling all over the place, but I know somebody's going to hear something in this rambling today, and it's going to make them smile or make them, know that they're not alone. Like, I consider myself a very spiritually aware person, but, like, this past year, it's just been a doozy of a lot of deep shadow work, and then integration. Like, the people closest to me know that I'm integrating it. People know the closest to me that I'm doing what I can to raise a vibration. Even, like, when I'm out, I'm out. Like, that's what puts me out, is my physical body. If my physical body is having a hard time adjusting to the energies, you ain't feeling me. And I feel like, this is just my observation of self, Okay, because I put out I've been like, I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to grow. I'm giving to my tribe today. I'm giving to my tribe today. I'm going to give out free readings today. And I got 2 responses in all of my, an offer and a very special price on a reading. And so my ego came in and was just like, well, nobody needs me. I mean, the dark stuff. Nobody needs me. Why should I even be here? Nobody needs me. So then I'm going to go deeper into those wounds and figure out where these wounds still are. And one of them is with my son, who's grown. And, I don't have a relationship with my parents, none of my extended family, blood family, and so and I got a small tribe who's all going through it. And I've got my blood son, and I'm not giving up on him, but I'm also giving him space to feel what he needs to feel, live his life, and not send, he's battling addiction, and to alcohol. And that's something I battle too, which I really feel like it's always a day at a time, but like to not have that crutch anymore, to not have that, like, I don't want to try to go to the depths of that pain with that alcohol, because the depths of my pain in real life, like, it wouldn't even touch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you don't want to numb it no more and you want to heal it. So I know one of these wounds is with my son, that I'm just like, I'm not going to abandon him like my mother abandoned me, which, I still am healing from. Chihuahua love. Lots of dogs in this neighborhood. And I'm surrounded by German Shepherds. Thank you, Hakat. So, I know that I'm in a safe place right now. And also, like, I have these signs in front of me. The universe always not prevents. See, there's my ego loving to come in. The ego loves to do this to me. No, I'm sidetracked with the dogs. Oh my God, my brain. Y'all getting to see my Gemini brain. It's all over the place. But my son, let's go back to my son, that unconditional love of what we're all going through. But my son doesn't have any clue what I've been through since taking the leap from my ex-husband, which was 4 years ago now, 5 years ago now, 5 years ago now. And so, like, I'm reaching out today, like, just even in a message, I try to just at least send a text to let him know, the last time I heard from him was my birthday, which I was very grateful to hear from. Just a text that said, happy birthday, Mom. And so, like, I'm also trying to heal those wounds with my mother and reach out every once in a while, and she still hasn't changed, and she's still a selfish narcissist. And I'm still, my guys are like, when are you going to give up on that one? And there's just like this spirit in me, like, that's why my ancestors picked me, because, like, I don't want to give up. Not on my mom. Because I also know with my psychic abilities what some of her future is. And I want to save her from that. I don't want her to be alone and go through that. I want to be with her. But you can't force somebody to do something, You can't. They're only loving to their extent of how they were taught how to love. And I'm releasing judgment. It hurts still, though. Like, it's fucking, these are hardcore wounds that people are dealing with now. I know, because that's what I'm dealing with. And my ego, like, really hurt today, like, because, not enough people needed me. Well, all of my tribe, my core group is like, Facebook's fallen away. We ain't making the same kind of money that we made there. We ain't reaching the amount of people. It's an old timeline. It serves the ego, and I'm just like, well, that stubborn part of me is like, no, man, it is what you make of it. All in the right time. Like, I've put in a lot of work into Facebook, a lot of beautiful work, a lot of living my truth, writing when I can, sharing my authenticity, giving back with free readings, and it's time for me to grow. So I can't keep doing the same thing, though, and that's what I get stuck in, is doing the same thing. What different have I done on Facebook? How have I broadened my horizons? beyond just YouTube, and that's offering extended readings at the end of readings, and learning technology when there's this old-fashioned part of me that's just like, no, I didn't know how to do it. I don't want to do it. So, but I consider, as an observer of me, like, I consider, like, I think I come across to a lot of people, and you all can comment below or whatever, how I come across to you, like, your opinions. It's cool. Like, I want to hear it, because I think, so whether or not you disagree with me, okay, I think I come across as a porcupine. Sometimes that authenticity, I feel like, yeah, as a Scorpio moon, I kind of want to keep my secrets, be the observer, and yeah, I'm deeply emotional and passionate. For the most part, I don't like to share it unless you're really, really close to me. And so, like, think about a porcupine. I'm like, what kind of animal is that? Is it just made to, like, seriously, like, what is its prey, and what, like, who wants to hunt a porcupine? There goes my knees and me covered up like this, because I'm like, ooh, this is being super authentic, and I feel like a freak. But no, like, always feeling like the need to protect myself. So I have these quills, and so then people get this wrong idea. And I have resting bitch face. Like, people my whole life of, if I'm not smiling, and sometimes I'm not, and I'm not smiling, then they're like, what's wrong with you? Well, nothing's wrong with me. This is just my normal face. So, porcupine, a protective bubble around me at times. Those closest to me know this. But those quills, like, if I dig deeper into the porcupine, like, those quills, there's something with those quills. I think they're like, they can help them float because they're buoyant in some sort of way. But it can be lonely. I think porcupines are lonely until they find their other porcupine. Spirit guides, help me, man. But that's just what I think of myself sometimes, because I can be really prickly, and then sometimes I stir the pot counterclockwise. Roof, 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 yeah. And so then that makes it seem like, oh, well, I don't even know how to approach her. Maybe your feelers got hurt with me at one time or another because I was triggering you, or you were triggering me. One of the things usually happens with me. I usually come into your life, and change happens. Change happens. I'm a beautiful mirror. I recognize that. And so it just depends on what point in this now moment that we are cross paths, as to what you're going to get from me. And so, like, I think, like, best practices for me have been really, like, listening to my body lately. It feels rather weak, my body, from all of the traveling. Like, I feel like inside I'm like 18, 19, 20 years old. But not in the physical bodysuit. Like, it feels worn out. And I think it's because my mind continuously goes and goes and goes. So today was really a nice day to actually just, like, I'm not feeling the creative sense and, like, creating a lot of fans and jewelry and this and that. My spiritual art, I'm outside because I've been feeling like wanting to get in the sun, so I am. I'm listening, But then I decided to draw, and art, like, for me, drawing and doodling, whatever you do, painting, like, for me, that's, like, some of the best therapy. I call it art therapy. It's my shadow work. And I'm drawing a dark mermaid today. And feeling all the feels, doing this very slow process of just kind of immersing myself with that art and tuning out the world, the timeline, the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube. Like, yeah, there's a part of me that's like, still, I gotta do some bone throws for the other half of those signs that didn't get their bone throws. And then the other part of me is like, no, I'm gonna listen to my body. It needs to breathe and rest and be still and work through emotions and try to figure out the next step for growth, for my own healing. Not about anything else. Like, it's, yeah. So I just want my tribe to know I love them. And then, yeah, I feel like there's like this energy that I feel is like the calm before a storm. Or a change, a big change. Not every storm has to be like a bad one. It can be just a change in life. That next step in our awareness and, being able to be authentic and stand up for what you believe in and protect your energy and voice your opinion and do what you want to do with your dream bigger. My guides are saying we have so many, this matrix puts upon us these worries in life, worries, the what ifs, the questions, and we got to remember our spiritual body too. And the only way that I can give to you all in that context as a leader, as an advisor, as a friend, as a mama bear, as a sister in your life, like that, I have to do my shadow work too. It's important. And listen to my physical body, because we picked out the body that we're in. So whether I see myself as a porcupine or a mermaid some days, like I'm not denying it. I'm just allowing it. And kind of crone energy to laugh at myself, because I'll watch this video back and be like, man, shit, girl, you were all over the place, but eventually you wrapped it up. It was a big ass wide circle. So, enjoying the Michigan weather while it's still warm here. It's a longer summer for them, I think. Like 60s, 70s weather, and then this weekend we're supposed to have 80-degree weather, so nice. Enjoying my sister, enjoying the new place. Every new place is a new beginning for me, and so, like, if you're local, go check out My Rock Stop in Clare. That's where we got our product set up. Going to get an Etsy shop going, so all of the people that don't live here can actually shop when you want. And I'll be back soon with more readings when I'm up to it. Just listening to my body, taking care of my body. The blue jays are saying hello. Surrounded by lots of cat energy too, so loving that. I love you, tribe. Okay? Reach out to those people. I mean, we're all going through it, but the quiet ones, sometimes it's good to be a little nosy. I've learned that in my life. Poke your nose on and say, hey, I was thinking about you. I love you. Because that's what I did with my son today. Just baby steps. And I can have what I want. Yes, I can. So, I love you guys. We'll talk to y'all soon. I hope somebody got something out of this. Drop a comment below. Show me some love. Mwah.